And another thing that I noticed when we were in New Jersey is that there was an issue with somebody in that room, and you didn't let it just sit there. You went directly for it. Most guys would just let it sit, but you went right up to Rene Dupree, and you're like, "What's
Why
up,
did
man?"
you have to bring that up? Is it even worth it, John? Is it even worth their time? Really?
No, probably not. Probably not.
Is it,
But
but I know why you want. I know why you want to talk about it because it's good. It's a good story. Okay. Because I remember. Because. All right, we'll just briefly touch on this, then we'll move on to something positive. I guess Rene was on your show several months back, and he just went on this rant. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and he talked about several people, and my name was brought up, and said how if he saw JBL, he was going to beat JBL up, and talked about Bubba Ray Dudley kicking him in the head 20 times. First of all, if Bubba Ray Dudley kicked him in the head 20 times, he would have never got up. So that never happened. I guarantee that. And so Rene was saying how next time he saw me, he was going to beat me up. And so I was like, oh, Renee's here. Sylvan's over there. I love Sylvan, so I wanted to say hi to Sylvan anyway. So I went over there and said hi to Sylvan, and Rene was standing over there, and Sylvan, I can't quite remember what Sylvan said. And so Rene stuck his hand out and shook my hand. And I thought, well, hey, that's cool. And I did ask Rene, I said, hey, what's going on here? Because I thought you and me were cool. I thought we had squashed it. We talked about it, and we got it squared away. And now all of a sudden you still have a problem with me. And then he just said very arrogantly, he goes, well, I opened up this WWE magazine, and I see where you're talking about you bragging about kicking me in the head. And I don't know why he's stuck on this whole kicking him in the head thing, because everybody – he's talking about everybody kicking the head. But anyway, and it's like, I said, Rene, I said, those magazines, I didn't brag about, you show me the magazine where I bragged about kicking you in the head. That didn't happen. Because, first of all, those magazines, they never talk to us to print their story. They just print their stories. And it's like, well, and just like, whatever. And so I said, well, you did say next time you saw me, you were going to beat me up. I said, well, I'm standing right here. So what are you going to do? And he didn't even look at me. He just kind of just had this smug look on his face, and he just filled his chest full of air and tried to bow up. And, Rene's a big boy. He's not small by no means. And I'm definitely not as big as I used to be because I'm not on the gas anymore. I don't need that stuff. But, So I asked him again. I said, there's nothing between you and I but air and opportunity. I'm like, I'm here. You can beat me up. Try. And he just turned and walked out of the room. And I said, I thought so. And that was pretty much the end of that. And, but that's the whole thing. I don't know why, he's so bitter and upset about everybody, because I've always thought he was a great talent. I've always thought he was a really good heel. And I enjoyed watching him. I enjoyed working with him. And like I said before, I thought him and I had talked this whole thing out and got it in the past and everything. And then he's still harboring, hard feelings and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, whatever, dude. But you had your chance. I was standing there. You could have whipped my ass, but you chose not to, which was a wise decision. So anyway, but he's not. It was just all talk. So. And I kind of figured that anyway. So, but that's pretty much the story right there.